Alright guys, today we're doing lesson 62, so you're going to need your Connecting Math workbook. You're also going to need a pencil, and you are looking at my screen. We are going to start by going over our counting by threes. So we've been working on this as part of lesson 60 through 70, so you should be pretty familiar with counting by threes. Here we go, starting at 3, count by threes with me. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, and 30. Now I'm going to take away some numbers. All right, see if you can do it. Starting at 3. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, and 30. Good job. Let's make it a little harder than we did last time. Now I'm only giving you the very ending number. So we're still starting with 3. We're going the whole way to 30. Here we go, starting at 3. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, and 30. Good job. All right, in your workbook, you should be open to lesson 62, and you're going to find part 1. In part 1, you have some division problems that looks like the little ones with the roof over it, and you have some multiplication problems. So right now, I want you to pause, and I want you to work on part 1 for lesson 62. So pause, part 1. All right, guys, you should be done with part 1. Let's go over these. Let's check your work. Circle any you have wrong. Here we go. A, 12 divided by 3 is 4. B, 6 divided by 3 is 2. C, 15 divided by 3 is 5. D, 9 divided by 3 is 3. E, 3 divided by 3 is 1. F, 6 divided by 2 is 3. 15 divided by 3 is 5. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 12 divided by 3 is 4. 12 divided by 4 is 3. K, 6 divided by 3 is 2. And 9 divided by 3 is 3. Now I'm going to read the multiplication straight across the bottom. We have 15, 3, 9, 15, 3, 6, 12, 6, 9, and 12. Check your work and circle any that you have wrong. Okay, let's look at part 2 in your workbook. Part 2, it is giving you pairs of fractions. So each item has a pair of fractions. One of the fractions is equal to 1 whole. If you can remember from last year or what we talked about in class, we know that a fraction is equal to 1 whole when the top number, the numerator, and the bottom number, the denominator, are the same. For example, 6 over 6, or 6 equals 1 whole. 10 over 10, or 10 tenths, would equal 1 whole, because the top number, the numerator, and the bottom number, the denominator, are the same. Okay? If the top number is smaller, you know the fraction is smaller. So you can easily tell in workbook part 2 which fractions are greater, and it's probably going to be the ones that are equal to 1 whole. So I want you to look at that. We're going to write the correct sign between the fractions. So again, remember the top number and the bottom number of a fraction are the same. The fraction is equal to 1 whole. Look at A. A, we have 7 tenths and 4 fourths. Which one would be bigger? Yeah, 4 fourths. 4 fourths is equal to 1 whole. So when you do that one, it should end up looking like this. Why? Because 7 is smaller than 10, which means that this fraction is less than a whole, because only 7 out of 10 are filled in. 4 out of 4 would mean the whole thing is filled in. We have 1 whole. Look at the next one. You have 2 fifths and 5 fifths. Ooh, this one has the same denominator, meaning the bottom numbers are the same. When we're comparing fractions and the bottom numbers are the same, all we have to do is figure out which numerator is bigger, and that's the fraction that's bigger. Also, looking at 2/5 and 5/5, which one is equal to 1 whole? Yeah, you should have said 5/5 because 5/5, if the numerator and the denominator are the same, it's equal to 1 whole, and 5/5 would be bigger. Okay, why? These denominators here are the same. If you had 5 blocks and you only colored in 2 over here, and you had 5 blocks and you colored in all 5 over here, this one would be bigger. Okay, I want you to try C and D on your own, so pause and do C and D. All right, guys, you should be done with C and D. Let's take a look. For C, here's what you should have had. 3/2 is bigger. Now, this one might have tricked you. 7/7, you're right, is equal to 1 whole. But look at this number. This numerator is bigger than the denominator. That means if we had 2 blocks, we colored in 3 blocks. So that was way over. So that means this fraction is greater than a whole. So this would be 1 whole. This would be greater than a whole. Think of it like a dollar. This is 1 whole dollar. This would be over a dollar. Okay? D. Both of these fractions have the same numerators and denominators, meaning 10/10 is equal to 1 whole. And 2/2 is equal to 1 whole. Guess what? They're equal. They're both equal to 1 whole. Okay, so that's our fraction practice for today. Last time we talked about picture graphs. Picture graphs are a graph that uses a picture to represent a number or a value. Okay, so this is a new picture graph. We haven't looked at this one yet. The picture graph shows trees in different parks. So we have Lake Park, Hill Park, Valley Park, and River Park. Each tree in the graph shows that 1 tree was planted in the park. So how much does each tree equal? 1. So how many trees were planted in Lake Park? How many trees for Lake Park? Yeah, 6 trees in Lake Park. Now let's look at Hill Park. How many trees were planted at Hill Park? Exactly right. There were 3. Okay. How about River Park? Be careful. I'm not going in order. I said River Park. Look at River Park. How many trees in River Park? 1. Yes, you got to listen to the directions. River Park would be 1. And how about Valley Park? How many trees were planted? 4. You got it. Good job. All right, this should be easy. This should be just a review from elementary school. Oh, elapsed time. Last time we talked about elapsed time, which means how much time has passed. Okay, on your screen right now, you have an entire full day. Starting at midnight, all the way 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 a.m., noon. Noon is like the afternoon time. And then now you're starting to get into the evening, or p.m., 1 p.m., 2 p.m., 3 p.m., 4, 5, the whole way back to midnight. This shows a whole day. If this is a whole day, how many hours are in a whole day? Yeah, 24. You could have counted all of these, but that's kind of a fact that you should know by now. There are 24 hours in a day. And this shows all the different hours of that day. Okay, I would like you to tell me what is the time. I want you to give me the number and also the unit or label. So you're telling me like the number and AM or PM, right? How about this one right here? What time would this be? Yes, 8 a.m. How about over here? What would this one be? 3 p.m. One more. How about this one right here? This 10. 10 p.m. Good job. Okay. Let's take a look here. You are going to be using this elapsed time picture for when we get to the textbook part. So you guys know that the textbook part I usually upload to Canvas, and then you can use the student annotate tool and you can write on it and do your textbook work right on the computer. So you're going to see this elapsed time table again. Right, so you're going to use it for that. So I'm not going to go over it more because you're going to see it there. Okay? There's some work in your textbook. Part 5. Okay, your job right now is to finish the independent work. Okay, so in your workbooks, I want you to finish part 3 and 4. We already did 1 and 2 together. You're just finishing 3 and 4. That's something that I'm going to check. So you're going to do the independent part, workbook 3 and 4. And then go back to Canvas and check if you have any other assignments. All right, guys, good job today.